Has General Motors gotten hold of some secret? Interestingly, General Motors has made the Chevy Equinox 2024 model a 319-mile range champion. Something like this in a car that costs less than $50,000 is simply unreal. All electric vehicle fans like you must be stunned to hear this amazing news from General Motors. After all, nobody expected GM to come up with an EV car that gives this kind of mileage. Ever since the 2024 Chevrolet Equinox EV was introduced, General Motors has been a major player in the electric vehicle market. What do we know about the Chevy Equinox? One thing is that you must have heard about the troubles with EVs that GM has had to consistently face in the past few years. Now, this sudden crossover throws away the myth that electric vehicles have a restricted range by boasting an astounding 319 miles of range on a single charge. However, the Equinox EV's starting price of $34,995 before tax credits makes this achievement even more remarkable and makes it an appealing choice for eco-aware drivers on a tight budget. The tactics GM used to produce this reasonably priced, long-range electric champion car have been brilliant. GM's Ultium platform is a crucial component in the success story of Equinox EV. This novel architecture forms the basis for a range of electric cars under several GM names. GM is able to employ economies of scale by utilizing the same fundamental platform components for a variety of car types. This results in considerable development and production cost savings. The Equinox EV benefits from sharing parts with its more expensive Ultium brothers, Cadillac Lyriq and GMC Hummer EV, including the front motor, steering wheel, and Android automotive infotainment system. There must have been a lot of research and development done before the vehicle was released, since no one would have predicted such a long range from a reasonably priced EV, and that too from GM. What do you think? After all, a complete plan is needed to achieve a 319-mile range, even though the newly introduced Ultium platform and battery are essential. You must know that any EV's battery pack is its primary component and the most important aspect of the EV. The large capacity Ultium battery of the Equinox EV is conveniently located inside the car's floor. Although the precise dimensions have not been made public, projections place it at an approximately 85 kilowatt-hour. This amazing range is made possible by this considerable capacity. However, battery capacity is not the only factor in obtaining such efficiency. To optimize the amount of energy transferred from the battery to the wheels, GM most likely used a combination of cutting-edge battery cells and effective powertrain management systems. GM most likely improved the aerodynamics of the Equinox EV to reduce wind resistance, which has a significant impact on the range of electric vehicles. This might include elements like low-resistance tires, thoughtfully positioned vents, and an elegant aerodynamic body style. Regenerative braking is another feature that GM may have added to increase range. It recovers energy wasted when braking and feeds it back into the battery. Simplicity is the new word in the market, irrespective of whether the car is budget-friendly on a luxury vehicle, and the Chevy Equinox has stayed true to the statement of simplicity. What do you think makes the EV so special, besides its economical pricing? Front-wheel drive is standard on the base model Equinox EV. This choice may appear illogical given that all-wheel drive is frequently linked to better performance. However, FWD has a small edge in terms of efficiency. Reduced range might be caused by the weight and complexity added by AWD systems. GM stresses affordability and efficiency by choosing front-end wheel drive on the base model, which makes the 319-mile range a more realistic goal. In the development of reasonably priced, long-range electric vehicles, the Chevrolet Equinox EV marks a critical turning point. Though the Ultium platform's economies of scale, battery technology optimization, and the addition of efficiency-boosting features, GM has produced a highly attractive alternative for drivers looking for a useful and environmentally responsible mode of transportation. The Equinox EV opens the door to a possibly more accessible electric future by demonstrating that long-range capability and affordability can coexist in the EV market. All of us know that the Chevy Equinox has been launched on the Ultium vehicle platform, but many of you still don't know why Ultium is not a success story for GM. Do you know what were the major obstacles that muted the early enthusiasm? You must know how ambitious and long-sighted the GM was with Ultium, but in the end, everything seemed to have been messed up. GM established ambitious goals for its Ultium electric vehicle platform. Ultium, which debuted in 2020, started a new age of reasonably priced, long-range EVs. Establishing a joint venture battery cell plant with LG Chem was an essential part of Ultium. Assembly of the battery modules, however, faced many difficulties. The production ramp-up took longer than expected, which caused delivery delays for vehicles. Software bugs in the battery management system made these problems worse and raised questions about safety and charging. Consumer confidence was further damaged by the GM's decision to stop producing and selling some Ultium vehicles as a result of these setbacks. Sales goals were not met as a result of the production delays. GM predicted in 2022 that 400,000 EVs will be sold in just 2 years. This goal was eventually dropped entirely and changed to mid-2024. Sales figures were a pathetic fraction of the original target, and reality fell well short of that. Due to this disappointing performance, investors lost faith in Ultium's potential, which caused the price of GM stock to drop. The new infotainment system on the Ultium platform was another significant obstacle. GM chose to use an exclusive technology instead of the widely used smartphone connectivity systems such as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This choice proved to be unwise. The new system was criticized for being unreliable and not as user-friendly as more well-established alternatives. Now, all of us know, Chevy Equinox has given hope to GM and the Ultium platform. Despite the challenges, there have been some recent improvements. Is the Ultium platform here to stay for a long time? What do you say about that? According to GM, battery production appears to be increasing as the output of modules has increased significantly. Software upgrades are also fixing a few infotainment system problems. A ray of optimism is provided by the Ultium-based Cadillac Lyric's recent success and sales. But in order to actually restart the Ultium revolution, General Motors must maintain this momentum and win back the trust of the public. The story of Ultium is a warning story. Ambition is important, but rushing into something without doing the necessary planning might result in serious consequences. GM is up against a steep hill. It must exhibit a dedication to resolving production problems, improving its software products, and winning back customer trust. Only then can Ultium fulfill its original promise of launching a new age of reasonably priced, long-range electric vehicles. Hopefully, things will look much better for Ultium with the launch of Chevy Equinox in 2024. You may have noticed that General Motors has had difficulties in the rapidly expanding US electric vehicle market. Well-known rivals like Tesla have created a market with their high-end products, and GM has had trouble getting around because it does not provide enough reasonably priced options. But now it seems like GM has cracked the code for affordable EVs in the market. Are affordable EVs the future of the automobile industry? All of us know that GM and other automobile companies are coming up with budget-friendly and affordable EVs on the market. However, with GM's renewed focus on price-sensitive customers, the tide appears to be shifting. GM's plan to make its vehicles more affordable includes bringing back the Chevrolet Bolt EV. Concerns about battery fires forced a recall and redesign of the Bolt, which will make a comeback in 2024 at a more appealing price. For those looking for an affordable EV, the Bolt presents a strong alternative. With a starting price of a competitive $31,000, the updated Bolt is a strong competitor in the entry-level EV market thanks to its increased range and correction of safety issues. Cost effectiveness goes beyond the car itself. GM and EVgo are working together to deploy more than 3,000 new charging stations around the United States because they understand how important it is to have access to charging infrastructure. The goal of this strategic alliance is to solve range anxiety, which is a big worry for prospective EV purchasers. GM removes a significant barrier to entry by offering simple charging choices, which increases the appeal of EVs to a larger spectrum of consumers. Affordability is a major factor in opening the way for EV dominance in the US market. Combined with partnerships and platform effectiveness, GM's increased focus on affordable solutions shows that it is committed to extending the reach of EVs to a wider population. Do you think GM will release more EV vehicles following the success of the Chevy Equinox? Share your thoughts on this in the comment section. For more interesting stories and updates, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications. Goodbye.